From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Cascade Paint and Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Well, happy Friday evening to you. I'm meteorologist Mike Kruger here. The weekend is pretty much here. We've got to get through tonight. And then most of us will be dry by tomorrow with the exception of the East Mountains and Modoc County. We're going to get into all of that in our deeper dive forecast in here just a bit. But let's get you through the quick cast here for those of you that just want a quick look at the forecast for tonight and tomorrow. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue. Now, they're going to start to diminish overnight into tomorrow morning from west to east, and eventually chances will be best and greater as you head into Modoc County and the eastern mountains tonight and especially early tomorrow morning. Out the door tomorrow morning, yeah, you're going to be dealing with dry conditions for many of us. It's the eastern mountains, Modoc County, where you've got the showers and the potential for thunderstorms. That's through really the first half of the day. Now, there still is that flash flood watch for tonight through tomorrow morning. I'm expecting the heaviest rainfall over the Park Fire area and the surrounding areas around that for late tonight and early tomorrow morning. So that's when we're going to have the biggest threat for mudslides and debris flows from that burn scar area, from the currently burning, of course, the Park Fire, as you know. So we've got to look out for that. Also, the best chance for thunderstorms tomorrow will be to the east of the valley. But keep in mind, that's mainly for the first half of the day. By the second half of the day, it will be dry. You'll see that here on Futurecast here. Just real quickly taking a look at what we can expect 10 o'clock tonight. Most of the rain still basically valley westward. Some of it's moving into Modoc County. We take you into about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning through the night. You see how it pushes eastward. So again, the chances for showers, thunderstorms diminish from west to east through the night into tomorrow morning. At 6 a.m., we're still seeing some rain towards Bernie southward and heavy rainfall still over parts of the Park Fire, and some strong, heavy rainfall, even some thunderstorms here for Modoc County, Lassen County as well. Take you to about the noon hour. We're still seeing a few straggling showers and thunderstorms here for the eastern mountains and Modoc County, but by the early afternoon hours, most of it is out of here, and we're looking at dry conditions here, and that'll continue into Saturday night, and not to mention your Sunday as well. So here's what we expect for tomorrow. Dry conditions pretty much through most of the day for the valley westward. Some morning showers around Bernie, Shingletown, Manton, Paradise, but then it's really just early morning. It's through at least midday that we've got the showers and thunderstorms here. It dries out by the second half of the day for Modoc County and the eastern mountains. So looking at your 7-day outlook, it's dry. Now, one of the good things coming out of the fact that it's going to be dry, it's going to be very cool, very mild. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s in the valley for tomorrow. Absolutely gorgeous to get out there and enjoy a hike after some good rain overnight. Then on Sunday, it's starting to warm back up and normal temperatures going through all of next week. Normal for this time of the year in the valley, upper 90s. That's essentially what we've got here. Maybe some triple-digit heat in some spots. For the coast, inland, Weaverville, Trinity County, you're all dry through the day tomorrow, not to mention Sunday, and it's warming up going into next week. For Mount Shasta, Siskiyou County, mainly dry through the weekend. There are those morning showers for Alturas and Susanville, drying out by Sunday and warming up going into next week. By the way, I want to remind you, of course, that is your quick cast, and now I want to remind you, there's a free Weather NorCal app out there. You can track the storms. If you have notifications on, the cool thing about it is if there's any lightning strikes near you, it will alert you and give you a notification that there are lightning strikes near you. So then what you can do is click on that notification, and then it will take you to the radar so you can see where those thunderstorms are. And it doesn't have to just be where you are at home, but it could be anywhere you are in town so you have an idea and the app kind of follows you. But the app has many other great things. Just check it out. Search for Weather NorCal in your app store and check it out. If you don't like it, take it off your phone, but I think you're going to like it and you want to keep it on your phone. All right, rain, thunderstorms continue tonight into tomorrow morning. And again, diminishing from west to east through the overnight hours. Showers and thunderstorms in Modoc County, the eastern mountains, through at least midday tomorrow. Then I expect dry and warmer conditions for everyone on Sunday, and then highs back to normal all next week. Ah yes, those cooler temperatures we've been experiencing, say goodbye, because it's going to be back to normal, that summer heat that we're used to this time of the year through next week. So the winds tomorrow, still a bit gusty off in the eastern mountains, still aren't coming out of the south. What you'll notice though on Sunday, yes, the winds are going to be calmer, but notice the winds are now coming in from the north. Slightly significant to take note, because when we look at the humidity, yes, there's some leftover humidity and moisture in the atmosphere tomorrow. That's going to keep those relative humidity levels between around 30% for the valley. Looking pretty good there. But notice what happens with that north wind. We see that drying effect as well. We're down to the single digits for most of us in the valley. So back to the heat, back to the dry conditions. Now, the severe outlook, again, this area in green is basically saying this is where we've got the best chance for thunderstorms tomorrow. And again, that's mainly through midday. But, you know, a place like Bernie tomorrow morning. So once again, we talk about the flash flood watch through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm expecting that basically tonight is when we got the best potential for some flash flooding, mainly those mudslides and debris flows from the burn scar area from the park fire. So let's take a look at that. We're going to walk you through the timing. We did look at this, but now we're going to really pinpoint it hour by hour. So here's midnight tonight. You see how really the bulk of the rain is still in this area here. We're drying things out a little bit, looks like for Del Norte County, but central Humboldt County into all of basically Trinity County, some heavy rainfall there. You've got heavy rainfall in Siskiyou County, and not to mention for the valley as well, and even some of those showers in Modoc County. We're also noticing some of that rain kind of making its way into the park fire area, but at this point, nothing too terribly heavy. Then this all pushes eastward, 3 a.m. You see the heavy rainfall that pushed through the park fire area, not to mention to the east of that. So this is when we start seeing that potential for mudslides and debris flows. Basically, shortly after midnight, you've got that potential. And then you can see that line right here of heavy rainfall as well. North end of the valley around Redding, southwest of that. You head up to Bernie, you head up to Modoc County. Now the eastern mountains are starting to get in on some of that heavier rainfall. But remember I was talking about from west to east, we start to see it diminish. So 3 a.m., we're seeing drier conditions for western Siskiyou, a good portion of Trinity County, and not to mention Del Norte and Humboldt counties. Now keep in mind, still some stray showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm here or there, but the bulk of the activity is now east of these areas. We take you into 6 a.m. on Saturday, again, diminishing from west to east. Now the chances for showers are diminishing even in the valley. A little bit of straggling activity here down to the south and west, but the main activity now is basically just east of the valley into the eastern mountains, even including Modoc County. By the way, look at the Warner Mountains, looking at some rain-snow mix and some snow up there too. So we're going to see snow on top of Mount Shasta, the mountain, and not to mention out on Lassen Peak as well, and of course some of the Sierra above 7,000 feet. 6 a.m. though, we're still seeing some of that heavy rainfall, especially for the north end of the park fire. This again is that potential for mudslides and debris flows. So basically from midnight through the early morning hours on Saturday, we've got that potential for those mudslides and debris flows around the park fire. So if you have to travel in this area before heading out tomorrow morning, you want to check those road conditions to make sure that they're open, make sure that there weren't any mudslides and debris flows from of course, what we're going to see here for tonight. And then, of course, there you can see that heavy rainfall off to the east. Now, we're going to take you to about 8 a.m. It's beginning to kind of taper off in the overall intensity, but Modoc, Eastern Mountains, Plumas County, all of that, seeing showers and thunderstorms. Now we're seeing dry conditions for pretty much the valley, even Bernie drying out, you can see, out towards Siskiyou, all to the west, looking at those drier conditions. Still at noon, we've got some scattered showers and thunderstorms here for the Eastern Mountains and Modoc County. Elsewhere, fairly dry conditions. Now you see a couple of showers trying to develop. This is something I've been pointing out the last few days. If we get enough clearing through the afternoon in the first half of the day, we may see some stray showers developing outside of the eastern mountains. And at this point at 2 p.m., we could see some stray showers, maybe even some isolated thunderstorms. But Futurecast hasn't really been picking up on that, so I wouldn't count on it. But again, don't be surprised if through the afternoon tomorrow, there's a stray shower or thunderstorm. But for the most part, you're looking at drier conditions. Saturday night, it's dry all through Sunday. Look at that, clearing skies. Sunny skies, but now at this point it is getting warmer for your Sunday. Rainfall estimates. As mentioned, I do think that along the coast, kind of in this general area here, like northern Trinity County into Siskiyou County, this is the area that we're going to see the most amount of rainfall. Now, another area that I think will see a significant amount of rainfall will be the foothills and just east of the valley. You kind of get that upslope as the storm system pushes eastward. So I think we're going to get a lot of moisture, a lot of rain coming in. So around Bernie, Chester, Quincy, yeah, I think certainly some decent rainfall amounts there. And then it kind of tapers off a bit as you head off into parts of Modoc County and in the eastern mountains. And yes, we were talking about that snow. So there you can see Mount Shasta, the peak. We can see some of the Trinity Alps seeing, and the Marble Mountains seeing some of that light snow. This is mainly going to be around an inch or two in some cases here above 7,000 feet. There's Lassen Peak. There's the Warner Mountains also seeing some of that snow as well. So it's going to make for a gorgeous sight. Once things completely clear out, really even Saturday afternoon, we're going to see some beautiful views of those mountains, and especially on Sunday. So send in those pictures. Use the free Weather NorCal app I was just telling you about, and you can send those pictures through the Weather NorCal app. So let's take a look at the trend and what's causing all of this. This area of low pressure right here. Now, this is an unseasonably strong and cold area of low pressure that's moving in. So that's what we saw here for today. It's pushing eastward tonight and into tomorrow morning. By Saturday afternoon, it's lifting to the north and is clearing out. And that's why Sunday will be dry, as high pressure is going to start to build in starting next week. Now, we've got this storm system here that's going to ride to the north and suppress this ridge, keep it from building as strong as it would like to. Eventually, it will shift eastward. Now, it may be a little bit warmer by the time we do get into Friday, Saturday, but for the most part, we're going to keep our temperatures right around or just above normal for this time of the year. So we're going from fall-like back to summer temperatures as we go through next week. There's that warmer than normal category that we do have coming in from the Climate Prediction Center. Now, here's a look at the 10-day trend. There's Saturday, 75 for Redding, back up to about 90 on Sunday, and we just level out. The normal high is about 97, and that's about where we're going to be, give or take, all through next week, all into next weekend, and even into that early next week as well. So no major heat waves, just the typical summer heat that we all love and enjoy, right? All right, let's take a look at those wave heights, and you can see through the day on Saturday, those wave heights are going to start to drop, and they'll drop even more on Sunday. So yes, there was a small corrective advisory through this evening, but that will be basically expired by the time we get into tomorrow, so no advisories for tomorrow. Southwest winds at 5 knots, waves from the northwest at 4 feet at 9 seconds, and from the northwest at 3 feet at about 16 seconds. Okay, so let's take a look at your forecast for tonight. So again, you see a lot of lightning strikes here, but this is something I mentioned earlier. It's diminishing from west to east. So, you know, tonight into early tomorrow morning, it's just going to continue. We'll start to see less and less of these lightning strikes as you start heading eastward. But again, as mentioned, through the day tomorrow, through at least the first half of the day tomorrow, Modoc County, Eastern Mountains see the chance for thunderstorms. So here's what we have. Let's break it down for you for tomorrow. It will be a dry start to your day, maybe a stray sprinkle or light shower, but overall a dry day for your Saturday and cool. Mid-70s for your highs in Weaverville. Back up to the mid-80s on Sunday, and there's that warmer weather by Monday through Friday of next week. Your North Coast neighborhood forecast, 67 degrees for Blue Lake as well as Eureka. Look for a high of 67 for Rio Dell. Dry through the weekend, including tomorrow. And it looks like we're looking at dry conditions and slightly warmer for next week. Up to the north, about 69 degrees for Gas Keys, Smith River about 67, 74 degrees out in Orleans. And there you can see another cool start to the weekend, mid-80s Sunday, back into the 90s for next week. All right, here's your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. And there may be a stray shower, especially off to the east here, but otherwise, I think we'll be dry through the day on Saturday with those cooler temperatures warming up for next week. Modoc County, morning showers, morning thunderstorms through at least midday. By around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's gone. We're dry completely all day on Sunday, with still mid-70s, by the way, low 60s on Saturday. But then we're back in the mid-80s on Monday, mid to upper 80s through next week. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, same story. I think places like Fall River Mills, Bernie, Viola, Mineral, Shingletown, even Paradise may see a stray shower or thunderstorm early tomorrow morning, around 6 o'clock in the morning. But by around 8, 9 in the morning, that's all gone. It will have shifted to the east, and now it's just all confined to places like Chester, eastward to Janesville and Doyle. So the morning showers and thunderstorms through about midday, through the afternoon, those chances do begin to diminish. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast to the south. So it's dry tomorrow, but very mild. How about those mid to upper 70s for some of the warmer spots? So just a gorgeous day temperature-wise. We take you up to the north. Temperature of 75 for Redding, as well as Anderson and Red Bluff. 74 for Lakehead, Whiskeytown. Oh, yeah, nice day for a hike. 70 degrees out in Whiskeytown. 75 out in Bella Vista. Here's your 7-day outlook for Redding. There's the beautiful weather. Ah, yes, but it's warming up noticeably by Sunday, and even more so for all of next week with highs mainly in the upper 90s. By the way, I mean, we could touch 100 degrees, especially towards the middle to latter part of next week, but for the most part, we'll keep it in the upper 90s. Have yourselves a great weekend. Of course, meteorologist Brian Wilson will keep you updated both Saturday and Sunday during the morning, noon, and afternoon. Have a great weekend.
We're the locals down the street. The neighbor you come to for advice. A nest egg for the golden years. A loan or a new account for that growing business. What started in Chico 50 years ago has taken us all around California, providing big bank lending power and high-tech service, while keeping our relationships personal. We're still the locals down the street, no matter where your street might be. Tri-Counties Bank, California's local bank.